Hey, it's Dan, and welcome back to Unified Gaming. So today we are going to try the meta build, which you've probably seen a lot of people use, and we're going to see is it actually any good? Is it worth the time to go and just get the items, spend the money, or not? You're probably going, what's the meta build? It's Mara's Balm, that's like just ridiculously strong, even with the nerf. And then you want to put something like Rallying Cry with it, which is what I see a lot of people using. And I haven't put them together myself on NA. I've used them a bit on EU, but I want to kind of see, is it really, really busted? So that's the plan for this one. Look at that, 12k, like it's gone down so much. So we'll pick that up, that's nice and cheap. We'll grab that too. And we just need one more jewelry piece, and then I think we're pretty good to go. That is the hard part done. So that's our plan for today, to see just, is it really, really good? It gives you so much tankiness that you can just put everything into damage and not worry about dying. So that one's 70k. But that was like nice and cheap. And that was nice and cheap. So, you're right, Prompus. I think it's, sorry. Sandra, been a busy week. It's what class? DK. Well, my thinking is that we could do this on all classes. Like, if it's that strong, how does it work on like every class? I do have a DK, which I can jump on. It's not fully leveled, sadly, because I've just been busy with life and yeah. But I will be trying it on DK, on Sulk, Warden, a Nightblade. I've also got a Necro as well, and I can jump on EU and also do it over there as well. So we are going to try it on quite a few classes and just see, is it really good? It is also the Battleground event on, I think it's Domination this week, so having just a really tanky build is not going to hurt whatsoever. So yeah, I think that's what I'm hoping to do anyway for this one. As always, if you get any questions about builds, ESO things, or just stuff generally, do let me know in the chat and I'll do my best to reply. But yeah. Hey, you're at Slaughterhouse and you're at Proxy. You can probably see me, I hit the Alt 3 button, I was trying to turn it off and it wasn't working. 22k, perfect. So we got all the jewellery, that was nice and easy. Now we need a chest piece and legs. Because if we want to min-max this and go for like just pure cheese, we need to get chest as well. Because that's like the best, ideally. 15k, that's pretty good. It's sturdy. Okay, that's 150. That's a bit too much. Sorta said he's made the jump from Xbox NA to PC NA. The crown price on PC is insane. Like, it is insane. When I last played, I think it was 1 crown to like 350 gold or something stupid like that. It was like 5k crowns was like millions of gold. It was insane. Proxy says reinforces best for heavy items. Yes and no. So the game doesn't really explain it clearly, but everything kind of gets converted into percentages ultimately. So reinforce will give you the biggest bang for your buck because it's in heavy armor and it's the biggest way to boost that stat. But the issue you're going to have is it doesn't help you. I'm going to get that cheap one. It doesn't help you if you don't get over the next percent threshold that you need to. So say you have like effectively 33%. If you put reinforcing at 33.5%, that isn't going to be enough to really push you over the threshold to benefit from it really in most cases. Whereas Impen is probably just more consistent or well fitted. So that's why they're so expensive, Impen and well fitted, because of just how much that bonus they give you. Hey, you're right, Tom. Good to see you here again. Yeah, and for people that have joined, we are basically putting on Mara's Balm and Rallying Cry. The reason Rallying Cry is because it's the most stat-dense set in the game. Ideally, I would use Divines if I did this properly, because we can really maximise that. But, money. So we were looking for legs. But yeah, Mara's Bomb and Rallying Cry just gives you so much like just tankiness that it's quite hard to die. And then you also get some damage from Rallying Cry, which is always nice. So the plan is to put those together with something like Balorg for even more burst. And then yeah, that's to just see, is it really, really effective? I know you can also go and backbar Rallying Cry if you really want to, if you have Sea Serpent Coil, which is really, really good. I don't have that on NA, so it won't be like pure poor there, but it will still be close enough to go, this is ridiculous or not. Is it cheaper to buy than remake because of the stones? Yeah, that's literally it. I've also thought of Wretched and Mara, because Wretched is just like, if you're going to go what are the best sets in the game, it's Wretched Vitality, it's Mara's Balm, it's Rallying Cry, Clever Alchemist. Those are like the most stat dense sets in the game. They give you so much of a resource or a combination that if you're not using them, you do kind of miss out. Rallying Cry, really great crit resist, damage as well. If you go Clever Alchemist, probably the highest weapon damage set in the game with a good amount of health. Wretched Vitality, like just probably the best sustain set in the game. In all honesty, because it gives you Magicka and Stamina for PvP, which is incredible. 50k Defiance, that's perfect. That is actually perfect. We'll grab that. If you do use Rallying Cry, by the way, with Mara's Balm, I would ideally go Divines on everything. Just because we don't need the impen, because Rallying Cry gives us all of the impen we need. So I'm going to see if I can just get a cheeky chest that is Divines. Like, it's not going to make a massive difference if a couple pieces are off trait. I will buy that, that's pretty good. I'll take that, thank you. That's got a good amount of armor, that one. But yeah, see that Divines 250k. Like, it's just if you pair them together, you just have just so much goodness. But honestly, any combination of those sets, you are going to be in a good place. I think we've exhausted it here, but we've got the stuff we need for this. Let's get the Rallying Cry now. And the reason I went with chest and legs of Mara's Balm and Jewelry is because I can keep it on all the time, which you want. Whereas Rallying Cry, you can back bar or front bar. So you could do like Rallying Cry back bar with the Veteran 2H front bar, or a special weapon front bar like the Master's Ice Staff or the Master's Fire Staff. So there's lots of like ways to just eke out even more damage on this build. We are after some jewelry, armor pieces, sorry, and ideally Divines. That would be like great because we don't need impen. But if we can't get Divines, we'll just go with what we can find. Yeah, that's a lot. I don't think I have any on this either. Nope. On a side note, have you guys seen that they are having the event at the end of the month? So they're going to like reveal what their plans are for ESO in 2023, what the new feature will be in the chapter. So yeah, curious to see what they haven't sort of planned. There's been a lot of speculation. 3k, take that. 40k, I won't take that though. But there's been a lot of speculation. Tom says he thinks it'll be interesting to see what they do. Yeah, I think they need to do something. And it's a real... Oh, cheers, actually. I appreciate that. Oh. That will help, definitely. Another million gold. I'm going to just use all of that and go and just buy the items that I want now, like in the right traits. So that's going to really help. Cheers for that. Because now I don't have to worry massively about... Like, although I think it's 20 million, when you make loads of videos and builds, that 20 million goes really fast. Like, really fast. And having played on Xbox, I think Slaughterhouse would know it as well. Console prices are expensive. And so I did it for years. And so I just got in the habit of, like, not upgrading stuff if I didn't have to. Take that, thank you. And so yeah, I really just got you in the habit of like just doing the bare minimum to make the build viable. The one thing I will not do though, and I would suggest this to anyone, is don't make gold stuff. Like if it's gold armor, just don't do it. It's not worth the money. Like it really is not. I think you get like 1% max bonus damage and stuff, like at best, and that's not going to make a difference between killing people or not. We've got the legs. Let's see which pieces we've got so far. So we've got legs, shoes, gloves, greaves and stuff. We just need a weapon now, it looks like. We need waist. That's what we need. Yeah, we just need to get a waist. Sword has there been any effect with Microsoft taking over ESO as such? There hasn't been anything sort of announced specifically. I would imagine personally that they're not going to change much to ESO itself. But ZeniMax Online Studios, which is this game maker, they are working on a second MMO, which it has been in development for about 4 to 5 years roughly. So I would imagine they're going to probably focus all their eggs onto that, because this is just making money as it is. This needs a lot of work to try to, bring it up to scratch as such. And in all honesty, the investment for the potential payoff, I don't think it's going to be worth the investment. So yeah. Proxy says 2H, staff or dual wield. Well, that's the idea of this is that we could switch out the weapon to what we need. So I'm hoping if the armor sets are strong enough as they should be, we can run any combination of stuff and do well. Okay, that's the cheapest I found so far, which we'll get that in a sec. If not, yeah, we'll get that one. Okay, so we got all of the bits we need. We will be in light armor. Ideally, if you want to go resistance and stuff, you could go with more Mara's Balm. And then go with sort of more Mara's Balm, on the body and Rallying Cry on the jewellery. But I've gone with this way around because I prefer magic builds and I normally play Magicka type stuff, so I like light armour. Whereas if you're in stamina, you probably want medium or heavy in all honesty, but the benefits aren't too dissimilar. Okay, I just need to check what my Balorg is and we can chuck all of this together. So I do have Balorg somewhere, I think it's on my Nightblade. Yeah, not in here. And it's not there. This one, by the way, this mythic, Mora's Whispers, absolute nightmare to get. Like, so much hassle to get that. Not even funny. With this setup, though, Proxy, just going to the weapons quickly, if you went with a staff, you'd use Master Staff. You'd back bar Rallying Cry, Master Staff front bar. If you were going to use 2H, you could back bar Rallying Cry and front bar the Vatashan Hollow 2H, so a Frenzied Momentum, which is 3 damage, or you could go and use One Piece Training and a Mythic, so you could move an extra piece from the jewellery and use something like Wild Hunt for more speed, or you could use the one that everyone uses, Sea Serpent's Coil. So there's like lots of options you can do with this. There's my Balorg. And some dialogue. Do I have Balorg on the shoulder? I think I've got Balorg over here. Otherwise we won't have Balorg. Yeah, we do have Balorg. Okay, perfect. Alright, the question is then, I need to get the weapons. So I just want to see what would you guys want to see it on first. So I'm going to put a quick poll up. What class do you want me to slap this on first? We've got Nightblade, Magsork. I've got a Warden, I think, over here as well. I think I've got a Templar too. So yeah, yep. There's a poll up if you want to just tick the button. I love Nightblade. Nightblade's great.
Hello.
There. So whilst we are doing that, I'm going to buy some weapons. So we have the Rallying Cry stuff to just choose from. And I will upgrade these to gold because that is really important. Like anything you upgrade, gold is weapons and that's it. Nothing else is not, like, it's just not worth it. So we want Rallying Cry. And then we're going to front bar, back bar both, just for simplicity for this. If you were going with a staff on a warden, I'd probably use a nice staff. That is pretty good. It's 200k. Let me get the money out. I think it's on my other character though, isn't it? On a Nightblade, I'd go with a Maul. I would, 100%. Yeah, it auto-deposited, which was nice. I love the auto-deposit add-on stuff. Like, it's so useful. So you could get that sharpened, or it's gold as well. Like, I can make it gold, but it's just saves you time.
Can I help you?
How much is that? Oof, that's a lot. Oh. I hate that. So I do this every single time. Like, how many of you guys do this? Where you go to buy something and you pick up the item from the counter. Like, it's so annoying. Like, it's so frustrating. Tom's just like, naughty, naughty. You notice the guards use a lot of Dragonite moves. And guards are like really OP. So I'm not really sure what that says, but yeah. Pay the fee. Oh, I hit the wrong button. It came up, I hit B instead of A. I was like, oh no. Okay, these are like, I like these prices. These are nice prices. Oh, power douche. Tom's like, I don't say, but yeah, I'm the same. I like the feed, prevent attacking innocents. That's quite annoying because you turn it off because you need to feed, and then you accidentally hit somebody because you forget to put it back on. That always catches me out. I think we can go for the gold one that was on the other side. Yeah, I think it was gold sharpened, which was decent for what we want. Not that one. There's Inferno. When you are in a hurry, you push all sorts of buttons. You really do. There it was, 330k. Okay, we've got the ice one. We'll get the Inferno. So then we have a choice of stuff. Okay. And then we need to go and, yeah, cheers to Ultra House. We need to get a 2H, which will be a mace. Because you want to stack the pen. Yeah, that'll do. 75k. Okay, that's cheap as we found one already. Can we get it cheaper? And I know you're probably going, Dan, like, you got, what's it, millions on you. But this is, let's say 45k, but that's not sharpened. It is worth looking around, honestly. Because that 2-3 minutes of looking around in an area could save you like 50, 60k. And I can't make 50, 60k in a minute or two. So for people curious who have joined, we are just getting all the sets. So we're going to put on Mara's Balm and Rallying Cry with Balorg. You can then put on a mythic of choice if you wish. Yeah, Proxy says TTC, so Tamil Trade Centre, is priceless on PC. Yeah, really, really useful. I use that a lot, but I find it can be hit and miss because things that are really cheap just go stupidly quick. And the website doesn't always update. So we just need to check if we've got any rosin. I got one. And do I have any alloy? I don't think... I've got 3, I need 5 of those. There is an add-on for it which kind of tracks in-game. But I find it sort of hit and miss. Okay, that'll do. Okay, and then when I get a sword and shield as well, which is going to cost a lot. I normally tab over. I don't know if you can search on the add-on in-game. I haven't actually used it myself. The add-on is... But I know there is one, and I know it tracks prices, so... And it tells you on the items, but I don't think it tells you where. If you've had more experience of it, like, do say in chat. We need some Rallying Cry a shield. $10k divines. That sturdy one looked good. I might buy that 10k one just for... Yeah, we'll get that 10k one if we can't find anything else. But yeah, we've literally just chosen... Oh, that's nice. We've chosen like basically what 2 of the strongest stat dense sets in the game. Mara's Bomb's not really stat dense, but what the bonuses it gives you are phenomenal. It gives you a cleanse, it gives you a small heal, it gives you a mini pseudo burst heal when it does like fill up. So it really, really adds up. And that basically saves you a skill slot. How do you get add-ons? I use Minion. So Minion is what I use personally. Seems pretty decent. Can be a bit finicky to set up if you're not tech savvy, especially if ESO's on a different drive. So I have my ESO on my SSD and not on my like Windows install, because I like to get the game separate from that. And then you have to like tell it where to look, and it can be a bit funny, but it is pretty straightforward and it's really good. We just need a one-handed weapon now, and then we're good to go. We've got like everything we need. Weapon, one-handed, it could be whatever we want, what is cheap and cheerful. This is what we're looking for now. As long as you can tell it to find the directory, it's not too bad. If you need a hand, though, message on Discord. I'll put my Discord in the chat. And this applies to anyone. If you get any questions ESO related or just generally, if I can help, I will try and help. And yeah. So if you put a message in the Discord when you want to try and do it, I can obviously give you a hand if I'm about. So here is the message for the Discord, and yeah, so just drop me a message on there, and I'll give you a hand with it if you have issues. That's 60k. That will do if you can't get anything else. That would work. So yeah, that would work as well. I'm just seeing if I can get anything somewhat like useful. Like the defender and dagger will do, because you don't get anything like any bonus for the one-handed type with a shield. Because you just want to focus on the attribute, which is obviously, or the trait, which is defending. So we've got everything we need. The pole is looking like Templar and Nightblade for this. So if you have a preference of what you want to see this on first, there is a pole going. I'm just going to switch to my Sulk, upgrade them all, so then we have all the weapons to just play around with and see how it works, basically. This is like my crafter character. A little thing which I like, it really saves your skill points. If you get the assistant guy or use any armory station, you can create a build which is like for your crafter. So you can just like pick one of these and just put all your points into crafting, which is really, really helpful. Do I have my crafting on this still? The passives? Nope, I took them all out. Of course I did. I think it was just the sword we needed to do though. Thesis says, what is the meta thing that people are using? It's basically from like 4 sets, so I'll put them in chat. But people use Mara's Balm, that is like solid. Clever Alk, which is solid. They also use Wretched Vitality, which is again solid. And then Rallying Cry. Basically, any of these 2 sets combined will give you so much flexibility with your other stuff that you can just build around it. If you backbar something like Rallying Cry, you can also use a Mythic. And Balorg is kind of the go-to monster set. This basically just gives you really high survivability with really good damage. Any kind of combination of those two, you have sustain to be able to keep yourself alive. You have healing from Mara's Balm, or you have really high damage to basically have really big heals. So there's just loads of like versatility with just those 4 things combined. That is upgraded. So we're just going to upgrade the weapon that we need. And we can chuck it on our character and show what it does. And I think it is sad as a content creator that the game is like this at the moment. That there are just some sets are just so strong that if you just use those, there really isn't any reason to use anything else. Cheers for the Axelon. Let me improve that dagger quickly. Sugar goes, what combos are we using? I'm going to be using Mara's Balm and Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry is like the most stat dense set in the game. The beauty of it is that you can use Divines on your armor and then get like a really high Munderstone, so like Crazy Pen. And then the buff from Rallying Cry gives you effectively all win pen anyway. So there's like no penalty. And then you also get the bonus damage from the Rallying Cry buff as it is. So there's like loads and loads of like it's just so good. Like it's just such a good set. And I'm using Mara's Balm because it gives you the cleanse, and it also gives you a nice heal over time because it kind of procs all the time. So I'm just going to deposit the dagger. And then, do I have transmutes? I think I'm being daft. I do. I've got 124. Sugar saying that he hasn't played in months, which I completely understand. I've been like dipping in and out of ESO behind the scenes just to keep up to date with it. So I'm just taking my Mara's Balm stuff and I'm going to upgrade it, change it to infused. I think he's got a craft station, like a transmute there. Proxy says those two sets on DK Warden is instant meta. It really is. I really hate the changes to Arctic Blast. Like, I play a Magical Warden. That is my favourite class in the game to play. But because Arctic Blast is like really hit and miss, it either makes Magical Warden really good or it makes Magical Warden really near. But when you add it to Stand Warden, it just makes it like OP. Like, it's so strong. Like it is really frustrating when you're fighting a Stamden and they just hit you with Arctic Blast and you can't finish them, and they just spam it because they have like silly sustain because it's dirt cheap. So yeah, want to infuse the Jory if you can. By the way, Sugar says he uses Rallying and Orders. Yeah, I don't rate Orders. I know some people really do. I don't. I think it's not as good as it's made out to be, and it's because it doesn't crit often. So like, yes, you get bonus damage when you crit, and yes, you get a bit more crit chance. But those things don't always line up often, so you can't always take advantage of those. Where's the Sitpanka here? So on the Necro, you run Red Mountain. Yeah, Red Mountain's good. There we go. I got one of these as well from PvP thing. Okay, I'm gonna look at the poll now and go to the class that people put on there. So Templar came out as top still, edging over Nightblade. So this is the beam build that I use. I'm just going to keep the same skills and just change the sets and just see, does it change how it plays massively? Obviously put on some skills in the back bar to help too. Sugar says he still likes Way of the Fire. Yeah, I think Way of the Fire is it's underrated. If you look at the DPS it gives out, it's like one of the highest DPS sets for PvP. Just people look at that small number and go, "Oh, it's small," but it procs so often, which is why I really like it. It's a really good set. It's not about big hits; it's about lots of little hits. You know, death by 1,000 cuts, I think is the saying. We want to go get our assistant dude here. Yeah, I use Way of the Fire and Wretched on my Nightblade because it's like solid. Is this a vampire still? Yes, it is. Sweet. So we'll chuck this on. So I'm going to equip this one. And I'm going to reset the skills. That was my leveling up one, that was. Clear everything. Confirm. Sweet. So we've agreed on Templar. I'm going to grab all the gear now. So I want to play as a Magplar, which is what I enjoy. And then we'll see how that works. So, do we go range? I think we'll keep. Yeah, we'll take stuff. We'll use fire stuff. So we'll take that. My inventory is full. I will have to deal with this. Proxy says Ice Furnace, which is AoE fire damage when you do ice damage, is OB. I was like, yeah, it's pretty strong. Don't need any of that stuff. You can see this is like a newly leveled up character. Like all of the items you get from just leveling up. I didn't mean to do that. So I've got to just clear this inventory really quick. I hate like just all the rubbish you get in the game. Like there's so much junk. Then there's nothing. All these little silly things which I don't need. Get rid of all this junk, and then we should have space to put on the gear. I'll use that quickly. And then I can get rid of it. We don't need that. That can go. Okay, so we got rid of all the junk. We can actually put on the gear now. So we'll just take all of the stuff and we can just transfer all the Radiant's Cry stuff back. Saw Tom's thing, and obviously because YouTube has their you can't say certain things. His comment was like, "Oh, he said a word he probably shouldn't say." But he said, "Yeah, he's got no clothes on." So Rallying Cry, Mara's Balm, Rallying Cry, Rallying Cry. We'll get the Balorg in a sec, which I don't think I deposited. I probably would go with Well Fitted actually. I'd prefer that. We could use like. We could use this as well. I might use this actually because this is still a good set. And let's grab a dagger. Yeah, I want to use this just because I don't have Balorg on here. And to be honest, I don't think Balorg's the best for Templar because you're not using like big ults. So I'll see if I've got any mythics I can just slap on this quickly in the banquet. So I don't have the shoulder for that though. What shoulders do I have? So I'm going to see what full monster sets I have over on here. Got one Balrog there, which you could nap. I don't think I have the helmet though. That's the issue. It's on my Nightblade, which I need to grab. So I'm literally just having a look at what might help us. Sustain will be quite useful. Yeah. The only full monster set I actually have is like Balrog. But I'm sure this will be fine. We'll chuck on Shadow Rend. Okay, so we want to keep the action at Mundus. I am a Dark Elf on this. Let me look at what our glyphs are. All like just stuff. So we've got a lot of health here. So we've got 2 health, a lot of magicka and some stamina. So we'll change those to magicka in a stack. So let's go grab a magicka glyph. Yeah, I went with Dark Elf on this because of the fire resistance that you get, and it's also because I think it's just slightly more than a High Elf damage-wise, because it gives you the stamina, and which I thought was more useful with how I wanted to build, because I'd have to sacrifice some stats for stam. I normally go 16 health in this meta, and then just go the rest in like your damage stat. It's kind of a good stat distribution. And then we can put on some food and stuff to get the magicka up a bit higher in a sec. I don't think I grabbed the bits. I did. It's fire resistance as a... I think it's fire resistance. Oh no, it's lava. It is lava. No, there it is. There's the flame resist. So resist flame is a passive the Dark Elf has. They get the lava resist as just a bonus. So we'll change that to magicka. Change that to magicka. Change that to... It's already magicka. Okay, so we're at 24k mag. Our food is okay. We need to eat. Then we can do our skills and put our like passes in and stuff. So our regen is on 1500, which is pretty solid. Our crit resist will go up. Our spell damage will go up. We need to change these in a moment to our damage glyphs. That can just stay as it is for now. So we'll get our damage glyphs and a regen glyph. And then we go 2 damage 1 regen when I first make a build, because it gives you like a good balance of stats, and then you can get used to how it plays. If you need more sustain, chuck and sustain, learn to build a bit more. Yeah, 1, 2 of those. 1, 2 of those. Sweet, done that. Okay, we're pretty much good to go now beyond the skills and stuff. So should we make this into a Jabplar or not? Let's put on here. Just say Jabplar or Beamplar. That'll determine how we put our skills. Slaughter's going. It's in PvEs. Mag DK is still good. Mag DK is solid. So we've got 1700 regen without any buffs. We've got 3k spell damage without any buffs, which will go up quite a lot. So what's been tanky would be conducive to a Jabplar. Beamplar seems. Beamplar is fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is a fun playstyle. It's really cheesy as well, and the scale on it is just insane. A lot of people were saying Beamplar. We'll try a bit of both. So I'll chuck on skills for both, and then we can mix it mid-fight. Yeah, this isn't that great. It's nice for the damage buff, because it means you can save a slot, but it drains stam, we can't afford that. What's the spammable on a Beamplar? It is Beam. That is the spammable. It's like so OP, it's ridiculous. Because anybody gets below 50% health, the scaling is just ridiculous. And the bonus damage isn't worth it. You're better just going for the heal, I find, personally. So you want, we'll probably go with, what's my Stample one? Yeah, I'm going to go with the magic one. And then we want to use a toppling charge. I like that one. LB is normally like my buff normally. I'm going to go with sweep. On the back bar we need our rune and our... We could add cleanse. Cleanse is very good. I think now we're going to actually go with repentance on the front bar. That stam sustain could be quite useful because we don't have a lot of it on this build. We've got our cleanse. We need a heal over time and a burst heal, so get our burst heal. The only thing I don't like with Templar, and this is going to sound like a really silly problem, is all the skills look the same. Like all the icons look very similar. And that might sound like old man type thing, but if you're someone who, if you're someone who kind of likes to be able to distinguish stuff really quickly at a glance, I don't think their icons really help you do that compared to like other classes. So chucking our Dark Elf goodness. Cheers, Tate. Tate says, "Hey Dan, how are things? I've just finished doing the regular shoveling snow." I swear that's like every week. He's like, honestly, he's like, "Dan, I'm shoveling snow again." Dan, the snow's come back, I'm shoveling it again. But all good over here, mate, all good. Busy with work. My knee thing's getting better, so I've got a date for that potentially, which is good. So, yeah. Long story short, for those people who don't know, I need to have surgery on my knee. So, yeah. But that's kind of... I've got a pretty good date. It's going to be in like the next 5 to 6 weeks. So, yeah. Good. But no, good. Like, it's all been good here. We've just up this Templar as well. So we're going to try it, see how it works. We've got a fair amount of stats. We can get our heals and stuff. Yeah, Tom says, fingers crossed it goes smoothly. I hope it does. It's really depressing because I'm only 31. So I'm not even that old. And this is the second surgery on the same knee. So like, I am somewhat kind of, how's that going to go? But we'll see how it is. It's a cartilage is all like just destroyed. So yeah. For those people that have joined, by the way, and going, what are we using set wise and stuff? We've gone with Mara's Balm because it's just loads of free healing. We've gone with Rallying Cry because we can go all Defiance pretty much, and this just gives you like just really good crit resist and damage, which means you can go Defiance on all your pieces pretty much and get much more out of your Mundus. And then we can basically just pair any special weapon if you have them, or performance set like Balorg, if you have it, for example. So as goes, what about Bubble? I'm thinking of her heal over time that I would need. So Bubble will race against time for movement. So what says he's 35 and he feels like he's 60. Yeah. I've had ACL on the knee already. So if people don't know what that is, it's like a football injury. So it's your ligament replace. Let's put some passes. Oh, we haven't got a vampire up, have we? We didn't feed. Yeah, so this is not going to actually apply, but I'll put it in anyway. And we didn't get any of these in. I'm so low on skill points, it is actually depressing. That's going to help us. That will help us. That won't. Okay, we got 5 skill points and we're missing a lot of stuff, so yeah. We'll make this work. We'll see how good the armor is, basically. Let's go get up, put the bubble on the back bar. Live in dark, chuck that there. Okay. The 14 there. That's just death if we stay there. Now we've got to play with where are my skills, that's the next part. Oh, my topple's in the wrong bit. Yeah, my topple's in the wrong place. I need to move my skills quick. Because I went to topple and it's like, that's not where I want it. So that needs to go there. I went to push LB, thinking that was my topple in charge. And I also need to put change my food, which I forgot to do.
They took the point.
I really don't like that. That new jab animation sucks, doesn't it? It's dead. Beam spam's great. I know why people love beam spam because it does so much damage. Yeah, I need to move that thing. Oh, he's on a Templar too. There's a Sork. That leap was nasty. That Sork's using arterial burst. You seen that? That's weird. So I need to put some more points in health. I do. But the healing on the thing's nice. Mara's bomb. Oh. Yeah, when I respawn next, I really need to change my skills. Oh, that's him dead. Now, you might be going, why am I focusing that clan fear? That clan fear's tanky though, isn't it? Look, see yourself. The clan fear, he can use that to heal him. So he'll use it as a oh no button. Yeah, considering I only have 22k health, there's a fair bit of like passive healing coming in on this. That streak is so annoying. But yeah, I think the healing's pretty solid on this. Like, considering or not pushing it massively, it is quite nice. I think I need to put my combat metrics back on, which we can put on after this match. Yeah, I still can't change my skill. Oh no, yeah, no, I'm in combat. I can't move it around. Steven says, "Would it take him long to get geared in PvP?" Not massively, in all honesty. Green team aren't coming down here. A beam is just cheesy. It's so cheesy. He has so much healing. He's literally like on a heal bot. But they're not following me up here. But beam spam's great. Let's put on our potions. Do I have any potions? No, we're not going to let me put on one. So you notice that I deliberately stunned him to drop that burst combo. Oh yeah, the Sulk's on a really tanky build. That's him dead. But he is really tanky. A lot of it is also because he's got a streak. The streak makes him really like mobile, so you can't get the execute on him easily. Yeah, and that's also Undeath too, which I don't have on this yet. Undeath makes you like really tanky when you're low health. So you see my damage goes up when he's low health for the beam. Yeah, we're not going to kill each other, are we? But oh yeah, everyone's really tanky in this game currently. But considering we didn't have Undeath on this, and Undeath is like really good. I felt really like tanky, like, a lot more tanky than I probably should be. Tate says Stam Salts do okay in BGs. Yeah, they're pretty solid. I think Stam Salts have always been good if they're played well. If you can utilise their mobility, they're very good. We're going to eat this person here. And we'll queue for BGs. And we also want to get some more health on this. So we have a few options. We can change the food, which is whatever we're using. Citrus, which is a little bit of health, a bit of magic recovery. Part of me doesn't want to because it's very expensive and I put it on not long ago. We could use tri-stack glyphs, which will give us more health. Get Undaunted, which I don't have, which is more health still. So I think if we had tri-stack glyphs and Undaunted, we would probably have an extra 3k health, so about 25k. So I think we would need to move some attribute points, in all honesty, to give this a bit more just health. Let me put I think my add-ons are off at the moment. Oh no, I've moved them out of my folder. Let me move them back. Bear with me. Okay, I got my add-on folder, which I'll just chuck in after this fight. Okay? Then we can have combat metrics on. I need to move where my thing is too. Isn't it like Jab does absolutely nothing to the Twilight? As well, like the pet resistance is just ridiculous what they did for PvP. Trying to get rid of a pet is actually silly. You can see all the little hills though, all the green bits are from... It's like a little zoo with this guy, isn't it? Look how many things I can hit! But yeah, this is very tanky. Camera says pets should not be allowed in PvP. I don't have issues with pets. The issue is that you can target them. But I think we can say this is pretty tanky. Oh, he's on for the heals, good for him. But yeah, the pets are like really tanky. Got rid of Twilight went finally. As soon as the Twilight goes, they go down pretty quickly. That werewolf should not come in here. Oh, he ran away. But I like the healing power this thing has. Like, it's like stupidly tanky. Why, whose pet hurt you? It's just there's so many pets. Like, so many pets, it's just mad. Like, actually mad with how many pets there are. But it is what it is. Oh, it's dead. I was pushing the hill, it would not fire whatsoever. That's so annoying. You see me spamming Y and block, and the hill just wouldn't fire. That agony and that blast bones though hit me really hard combined. Was attacked by a dog as a child's a pet, so he needs to trigger you hard. I feel for you. Yeah, mate, there's some heals here. I got a halo from there. I don't know if I can keep that guy alive from here. Yeah, I managed to keep him alive. I got him. Tate says a few troll sort builds. 6 pets, ineffective but fun to run. Yeah, pets are annoying. Trying to get on him. I need to swap those potions. Let me swap those potions. Can't do it when you're in combat. But yes, loads of tanky people. But I can say quite confidently that the sets we have are really, really good. I'm just moving the add-ons over. I might need to log in and log out, but I'm hoping I can just reload them. But we'll find out if it crashes, and I'll just sort that out in a sec. I'm going to see if we can force it to check for the add-ons. Tate says, are people still running healers and BGs? Yes is the answer. Healers are really good because they allow people to kind of make mistakes. That's basically what they do. Okay. There we go, it's found all our add-ons. Yeah, let's go that, see? Now means I should be able to see how much our healing thing is doing now. I always forget to get the commands for it though. We'll have to sort the map out in a sec. But with this way we can see how much the Mara's Balm is actually doing for us. Tate says he's getting a lot of audio dropout, so he's not sure if it's his connection or mine. If people do have issues with the audio and stuff, do let me know. Equally with the video, I did change things a couple weeks back. Yeah, I've just put a bit in chat as well. Let's put our potions on before we forget. And I always want to move 2 skills around as well. That's going to go there. And Repentance is just a buff. Plus it's some healing. Okay, we're going to pop up to the flag up here, see what's going on. Doesn't sound too good though, does it? Oh, that was tasty, that was. That DK did well to hold off those guys though. I so stole that kill. Yeah, I did. Cam was like, Mara is like Crimson set balance. Crimson was generally OP. Yeah, I think Mara is like Crimson on steroids personally. It's so strong. Yeah, Crimson was like 14k damage and healing every 8 seconds. Yeah, I remember that. You get somebody low and then Crimson pops and they're back to full health and you're like, oh, this is annoying. And you'd almost have to fight around the Crimson proc. That was naughty of him, wasn't it? Dead. Beam, that was a beam there. That was 5.8k with 1 tick of the beam. A beam is so good. But yeah, when you've got like sets like Crimson and Mara's Balm and Rallying Cry and just ridiculously strong sets in the game, it builds varieties like out of the window. Oh, another Templar. Hello. Ah. He's not too much healing. I got him. Crimson Twilight nerfed. Never got a chance to use it. Crimson Twilight, yeah, it did get nerfed like massively. It literally was like having an ultimate every 8 seconds. Look. Oh, that was tasty. Lightning heavy tech builds are back. I think with the light and heavy attack builds, they're kind of as they were. That really backfired for those two, didn't it? Like, really backfired. On an 8 kill streak. Yeah, I've seen a few lightning builds, and I wouldn't say they're as OP as before. I don't know if you ever saw my heavy attack hero build, Cameron. That was doing, with like one heavy attack, like 20,000 damage to a player in PvP. It was ridiculous. Like, it was so stupid. You literally put on the 2 buffs, you hit heavy attack once and someone died. You didn't have to do anything. And it was with a lightning staff as well, so it was a channel, so you couldn't dodge it. Sergeant Mail, yeah. I thought Sergeant's Mail. I thought that only buffed your PvE ones though. Oh. Just ran out of resource. Okay. To be fair though, that did give us a lot of... How much healing did it do? Healing received. I says not tracking our... Oh, there it is. Mara's bomb, there it is. Okay, so it is doing its stuff. Okay, that's not something to track. Ah, Sergeant says both now. I need to have a little look then. Because I know Sergeant's Mail was... That's a... Is that an Overland set as well, or is that a dungeon? No, it's dungeon, isn't it? It's Overland. Dungeon Way risk sewers. When you deal damage with heavy attack, you gain a stack of increasing the damage of heavies by 645 per stack. This can apply up to can occur every second up to 4 times. So is it 2400 roughly? So yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, I can see that being pretty fun to use. Okay, we've been on the Templar for a little while. I think we can say these sets work. Yeah, like. We're getting positive KDs, we're killing people, fine. we haven't really got a proper monster set, and we're doing okay. I'm going to switch to the Nightblade and see how it fares on the Nightblade. Same sets, apart from the monster set, because that's not really useful for us. But how does it fare on a Nightblade is the question.
May I be...
But I can see why people use this thing. It is like ridiculously strong as a set. Tom's like, wee, sneaky, sneaky. We need Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry is a very good set. I enjoy Nightblade. Nightblade's one of my favourite classes. So, Cameron, what would people pair that with? I know obviously in the past it would be Undaunted sets, or I know you could probably use something like Night Slayer, I guess, because that's Oblivion damage and it's kind of about 2 to 4k a hit. To something like Sergeant's Mail and Night Slayer, maybe. That's just like off the top of my head. Because I even think the Wall of Elements Masters thing doesn't only works in PvE. Just having a little look now. Crushing Wall. Increases damage your wall element still. Yes, so it's per tick, it's not your light attacks anymore, is it? I remember they changed that. Dragakin's fun. Rallying Cry on Stam. Yeah, Rallying Cry is good. I don't know, like you're looking at me like you're mad. Like, damn, what are you doing? But honestly, like, Rallying Cry is so stat dense, it's actually silly. And with the whole hybridization, it's not as like bored as it used to be.
How can I?
Don't think I upgraded the mold to gold, did I? We can do Wretched and Mara's too if you want. Just get some more Mara stuff. Where's the other one? No, that is it. Yeah, that is it. You have like so many pieces. It's like, what do you actually have on you? I think the shoulders for Balog are on my character. Yeah, I need to upgrade this to gold, so I need to switch my character anyway. So we'll take that off. That'll be Balog. So we got that on and that on. And then this will be on too. Because Rallying Cry is crit, and Magicka. You only use one Magicka and it's weapon damage, spell damage, and crit resist. So although it's light armor, it's still like solid. I'm just switching characters to grab some pieces from my other toon to also upgrade a weapon. Which I think is just on here still. Which I need to move across quickly. I don't think I deposited it. A Dragakin's Grip, just had a look as well, and increases your damage done by 330, but reduces your healing taken by 10%. And obviously that applies to all damage sources. What I wanted to check, and I've never checked it, and you guys might know the answer to this. With Dragakin's Grip, that damage bonus there, yeah? So this bit, does that apply to status effects as well? Because all status effects tick for a little bit of damage. Or not. That I don't know the answer to. I would assume yes. I thought it was a global buff. There we go. We need to upgrade that. So, because what I was thinking of doing a while back was Dragakin's Grip with charged, false pulse, double dot poisons, and also use the. Or you go false pulse and use the physical glyph. I think it's absorb stamina with charged. So what happens is you get the sauntered effect, which is a small dot plus minor breach. You also get the burn, chilled, and concussed status effects, which all tick, so you get the bonus on that as well. So you have like 4 lots of 330 just from one skill, plus the 330 on every single hit too. So I was thinking of building around that and making like a dot build with Dragakin's Grip, and basically stacking status effects on people to maximize that buff or that set bonus.
This one, we put hand. The work.
That was my thinking anyway. I need to get some more alloys. That's annoying. I don't know how viable it will be. That was just an idea that I had. Because they're going like a magic and necromancer, you can, or magical warden. You've got lots of like damage boosts for dots or just percent boosts generally. Yeah, we've got all the alloy we need. So we're making them all gold with this one. We're going to switch to the Templar to grab the Balorg, and then switch to Nightblade and go from there.
This one is something.
How can you not use that? That is so annoying. Look at that. How was it not letting you use that? That is so silly. Okay, so we've got that gold now.
We don't do.
Yeah, it's ready in there, sweet. Okay, we're going to switch to the Templar, get the Balorg helmet, and then we're good to go. Balorg shoulder, sorry. I'm 99% sure I took it out. Yeah, Cameron says Dragakin and Ice Furnace on Warden could be nice. Dragakin will buff, yeah, it will buff the Ice Furnace. And if you use False Pulse rather than Crushing Shock, it's got the AoE cleave, which is so you'd have like lots of AoE damage with, as well. Because the False Pulse bonus is actually pretty big. Like it's, I think it's like 5k. It's like 5-6k tooltip, but it's pretty large compared to the small numbers. There's the Balorgs. Okay. We're ready to try on the Nightblade. But so far, I'd say those sets combined were really good in Templar. Like, I only had 22,000 health or something silly like that. And like I was able, and you saw the last match where I had the DK and the Sulk and they were trying to kill me. And I was able to stay alive a lot longer than I probably should with that little health. Just because of how tanky they make you. Especially with Undeath. Yet you still have like decent damage to get kills. I'm hoping with next patch, there's a lot of changes. So I'd like to make more like wacky builds. I did it a while back, and I made like loads of silly builds. So I made like the Mistform build where I sat in Mistform and would use like Wrath of Elements and just basically proc people to death whilst I was sitting in Mistform, and it was like stupid because you had like infinite sustain, and you didn't have to come out of it because of how I built it, which is just really cheesy. Yeah, so there goes our Rallying Cry Maul. Rallying Cry Sword and Shield. Or be Dagger. Prom says S. So I assume that's just to hit the keyboard. Okay, so we've got our sets on. And our battle log too. So we need to go with weapon damage, and recovery. Our regen is very bad. I would be inclined, in all honesty, to use Wretched Vitality and Rallying Cry. Do I have Wretched Vitality in medium? I do, and I do. And we're going to do that. We're going to drop the Maras as much as I love it. Just because I want to use the Rallying. I've got Rallying Cry here too. That go there. So you see I'm moving stuff around. We start Rallying Cry, sweet. So we're like, I think it's 3/3s roughly. But the Rallying Cry will give us all the sustain that we would be lacking otherwise. Because we now have 13k pen with Breach as well, so a lot of pen. Yeah, that's the joy of being dyslexic, by the way. If you're ever curious what dyslexia looks like, that is what it looks like. You have like a mad, like, you try to type something, it's like, you just put the letters all in the wrong order. So yeah, in case people haven't realised, I am dyslexic. We also need to do our skills, which we have not done. Oh, this will be interesting. We'll see how this goes because I don't have all the right skills on yet. I feel the sets combined will be good enough to help our issues. Yes, we got our bits. I don't think we have a damage buff on this yet. So what skills do we have that I can use? Alright, we're using 1 bar for this one. So our damage is going to be a little bit lower than I'd like. Because I can't proc the rallying cry without Vigor. We'll pop upstairs and see. Thought it was a green flag, like a green shield floating. Look, it's like everyone's just gone elsewhere. We might as well put some skills on this bar. Let's put a heal on here at least, so we can heal ourselves. And we can go invisible. But I should have a damage buff over there. I went for the... Let's get some big heals. Hey, you're ITO. I went to go for the execute. I went for the execute. Yeah, we need to put some skills on the back bar. ITU says, do you need to buy ESO Plus and the expansions? I don't want to get bullied by pay-to-win stuff. I wouldn't say... Most of the kind of what you'd say is pay-to-win stuff is kind of accessible base game. I got him. So all the stuff I'm using on this build, you can just get base game beyond the monster set, which you can just change to like Engine Guardian, which is good. Enjoying them. That's build. Yeah, using. So I'm using Rallying Cry, which is like solid. Been using Maura's Balm, which is just ridiculous. I'm using Wretched Vitality and Rallying Cry on this. And I only have 1 bar. That guy's gonna go pop. Where did that green Nightblade go? But yeah, I was on a Templar using Rallying Cry and Mara's Balm with like 22k health, and I was like ridiculously tanky. Like, it was insane how tanky I actually was. Oh, got a leap from the other side. But yeah, just Mara's bombs, like, ridiculous. And you can buy that ITO. It's a set that comes from PvP. Rallying Cry comes from PvP, which you can get without DLCs. You can also get Retro Vitality base game. Oh, Mara's is just really good. Let's just pop up here and get some health back. Ah, just so out of resource. That claw, 17k on the dot. Yeah, Mara's balm. It's because it's a cleanse and a heal over time and a small burst still, and it's not a lot of healing. It's the cleanse that does it. But that 17k, that was like 12 ticks. I would have had the proc of Mara's balm probably once or twice in that window, so would have lost half that damage. Like it is a big amount of damage to lose. Both of them. The guys with the purple bomb on him, and I was like, that's going to hit me in a moment if I don't get there. But you can see all the dot damage. And that's what Mara's bomb stops. So what we'll do is we'll look at the end of this one, how much dot damage we've taken effectively. They're all DKs in this match. So that's like all we've seen this match. That was a big burst hill. That was a massive burst hill, wasn't it? But a lot of it is the dot damage that it saves you from. There's like 5k there, a little bit there. Then you got the he's using corrosive. But it's all these little bits which they don't add up. They don't seem like a lot, but when you start to add them, like the claw, the breath, the burning, it ends up actually being a lot of extra damage. And with Mara's just negating that, it's very, very nice. Hate the burst hill on the. Yeah, without having a bat bar set of skills, I think I did okay. Like I've got no damage buff on this setup. I need to sort my skills out. You'll see. We haven't put any skill points on the bat bar, so we need to like move all our stuff across quick. We can get rid of that, we don't need that. We do use that. Don't need that, but we do need this. We don't need that. You see I've got like just loads of random skills which I don't actually need. We do have a little bit of light armor in, so having some concentration won't hurt. How many I got? So I've got about 4 points spare. Okay, so I think we want to get Vigor, which is obviously going to really help. And I would use like Race Against Time, but I don't have it on this character, which is really unfortunate. But that'd be the other skill I'd go for. I think Blur gives you the snare immunity. Was it this one? Sorry, Phantasmal Escape. So we can use this as well. That will help us. That's going to go. Sorry, that's going to go here. This is a burst heal. Got a Vigor now, so we're actually going to have some skills that we can actually use to help us out. Now we're going to buy a cheapo. Then I'll buy a cheapo Rallying Cry 2H. Just so we can use Rally on the back bar.
Now here's
I don't. That's a lot for that. Worst case, we will buy it. But I think from what we've been doing tonight, I think we can say that the sets are like really, really strong. Because like they're on builds that aren't really finished in most cases. And they just give you so much stuff. Are we going to grab the Greatsword? That'd be more useful for what we want to do. There we go. That'll help our sustain. It'll help our damage. Let's help our resistances. We'll crutch on undeath still. But yeah, I think after this match, this will probably be my last one for the night because it'll be gone 11 o'clock. So we've got Mr. Warden up there. He was pretty solid. Quite a few Nightblades this match, actually. That would be useful to have, just for the extra armor. So we're doing the domination event for those people that joined. I'm using Rallying Cry and Wretched Vitality currently. I was using Rallying Cry and Mara's Balm as well. I'm on the wrong bar. That'll explain why I'm confused. Trying to kill them and do no damage. That does make a big difference. Oh, that was a big, big Dawnbreaker that was. How much is that? That was a massive Dawnbreaker. I felt a lot bigger than that. Was that a tick of it? Because my health bar just went really low, really fast. I'll see if it pops up. It's not hit me really hard then. Yeah, it hasn't gone in there yet. Maybe it was just lots of little stuff at once, but oh, there's. See if we can get the res. Someone's using a Hofgrass chill. That's what that was. And then the Rush of Agony. That's a nice little proc. That healer they have with them is insane. The warden came straight in behind me. Yeah, I think Mara's bar one, this might be more helpful for this type of match. That guy got lapped on. You can see him stuck in it. Ah, the Rush of Agony. There it was. 4.6k, that's a big proc. That's as much as his ult. We can move this way. I know I don't have the resistance against those guys. And they've got a healer there, which is not going to do anything. Definitely some tanky people in this match. I didn't mean to fall from there. That's unfortunate. Look at that silly Nightblade. Yeah, he's got Hothgra's Chill he has and Rush of Agony on his build. That's what it looked like. It might be Mara's. But that Rush of Agony is very good. Oh. But I am going to call it there, guys, because it is late where I am. So I've put in the chat if people want to ask any questions after this stream. There's the Discord, which I have. There's like 700 people roughly in there. So, you know, loads of cool people. You can have a chat with myself or people in there and ask questions about the game or just stuff generally. And we'll do what we can to help. I also have a Patreon if people want to support and help there. Obviously, you don't have to, but I will link that as well. And I'm hoping to, with the new patch, put obviously more videos out, but with the state of the game currently, it's a bit hard, given that there really isn't much build diversity. So, yeah, I'm going to call it there, though. As I said, any questions, let me know in Discord or on the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye!